sun come out. Tomorrow, the waves are so pretty.
Scoot over, I'm getting it.
Intelexx here. Welcome to Lifin with Lex, where we talk about a variety of topics surrounding life, because life be lifin', right? Yes, definitely working out to keep the stress level down, because life be lifin' and people will try you. Okay, but don't worry, because there is one thing that we gotta do. And listen, check the message here. Okay, start each day with a grateful heart. Yeah.
Everybody get in the picture, get in the video. Hey, we out here.
Definitely got to be around the family, but you know, self-care is a must, so you need that isolation because, baby, but most importantly, enjoying life, because you only get one, right? And you know, a part of life is building relationships. Definitely got to have that. And definitely got to stay on point with the learning, because knowledge is power. Okay. And not only that, applying it. Yes, that's right. Putting that knowledge to work and doing the work for the greater good. You heard me? Make sure to tune in and tap in to this episode to see what we're going to talk about today. All right, welcome to Lifin with Lex, and this is our first episode. I am excited. First off, shout out to you all for tuning in and seeing what this is all about. So this is the first episode, and this is the introduction, right? Life, am I right? What this is all about, and that is our topic for today. So this is really just giving a breakdown of what you will expect on Lifin with Lex, okay? Because life be lifin', and since life be lifin', we should talk about it, right? So what you can expect us to discuss on this episode is all the things, all of our topics, from health to finances to relationships, familial relationships, and so much more. So definitely stay tuned. So today is really just getting to know who Lex is, right? So just a little background for those of you who do not know who I am. My name is Alexia. I am a scholar. I am an author. I am a poet. I am a photographer. I'm a creator, an entrepreneur, and business owner. And don't worry, I will break it all down for you. All right. Our next episode will delve a little bit deeper into who I am as a person, how I came to be, where I am, and all of the goods. But for right now, I'm going to just give you a little snippet, okay? All right. So I have 5 degrees. That's right. 5, okay? And there have been a few people that I have met that actually told me that I was the only person that they knew that had so many degrees. Granted, it was not my plan, but we'll get into that next time, okay? Yeah, so 5 degrees. I have 2 published books, 6 finished books. I have been doing photography for almost 20 years. I started my business when I was 16, and I've been a creator since I can remember. So that's just a little bit about me. But what I wanted us to discuss on today's blog episode is really just life and how life can really knock us off our feet. We can have a bunch of different setbacks, losses of all types, right? Ups and downs, and just wanted to get into a little bit of my story, right? So the reason why I say life be lifin' is because it does. You know how they say when it rains, it pours. That has been my experience throughout my life, and I'm not that old, right? So, you know, losing a loved one, and then in the same year losing a job or two, and then the same year, you know, losing relationships or transportation or whatever, right? It all happens at one time. Now, for those of you who have gone through situations like me, have you all had a support system, people that you can talk to, who you can depend on, who you can call and say, listen, I'm going through this situation, I'm a little down and out, can you help me out? Some of us don't have that, right? And so I want Lifin with Lex to be that support system and that safe space for you to come and really just air out what you're going through. So what you can expect on future episodes is featured guests to come on talking about different topics that relate to all things life, seeing it from a different perspective, because I'm just one person. I can only speak from what I've been through and what I've experienced, but there's so many people out here who have experienced different things in different ways, and they've come out on the other side. And I want to really get into how they got to that point, and maybe your story is similar to them, maybe your story is similar to mine, but we're going to dig deep, right? We're going to get to the root of things. We are going to talk about it, because a lot of times when our voices are silenced, nothing happens, and the same cycles get repeated over and over. The same tests get taken over and over until you pass them. So I want us to pass these tests this year. I want us to really dig deep into who we are as people, why we go through certain cycles, why we repeat the same things over and over, and really just dig deep and get to know each other a little bit better. Because y'all know me as a creator, as an entrepreneur, maybe a poet. Some of you might know me as a scholar. Some of you may only see certain facets of me, and I want to be able to share this space with you all so that you can get to know me on a different level. Because, you know, I am funny. I like to make other people laugh. I like to help people when I can. I like to hear other people's viewpoints on different things. And granted, we may not agree on everything, right? But that's the whole point of speaking about it together and having a think tank, to where I'm not all just in my head, you're not all just in your head. We are going at it together, and we're getting results. Because just kind of bringing an analogy back to when I was in school, when I studied by myself as opposed to studying with a group of people, things were a little bit different, because it wasn't just my mind and my thoughts and how I thought things should be. Other people came into play, and they gave their perspectives, and it made me look at things a little bit differently. So Lifin with Lex is about bringing different perspectives together into one place, and really just delving into the things that aren't really talked about, right? You know, a lot of people ask me, oh, you know, how did you lose weight? How did you get so many degrees? How did you publish your first book? How did you write your first poem? And how did you create your business? And what did you do to get to where you are? And, you know, my personal life is really private. I don't really talk about it to the public. Only a few people actually know me like that. But I do want to give this time to kind of open myself just a little bit more so that you can see another side of me, you know, my playful side, my artistic side a little bit more, my creative side a little bit more, and really just me as a person, you know, how I am when I'm not on social media, how I am when I'm around people, and really just, you know, life in it together, because we can go through life and it seems like even if we're around other people, that is you know, like you're by yourself. I don't want any of us to feel like we're by ourselves, because there's too many of us in this world to be by ourselves. Okay? All right, so yes, we're gonna have guests on. We're gonna talk about all the topics, right? And what I want you all to do is to email me any topics that you have that you would like us to discuss here, you know, because this is our blog, but this is also podcast. Okay, so we are coming in 2 different avenues right now, and I hope you all enjoy it. So for those of you who may not be into the videos and things of that nature, go right on Spotify or Anchor or Apple and listen to the podcast Lifin with Lex. If you are more of a visual person and you want to see all of the facial expressions and the movements and the body language and all of that, tune into YouTube, because that's where we're at. Okay, so we got something for everybody. But if you want to email your topics, you can email intelexxapc@gmail.com. That is INTELEXXAPC@gmail.com, and put in the topic in the subject section Lifin with Lex topic ideas, or you know, you can spruce it up however you want, but just let me know that it's about Lifin with Lex, so that we can add those topics onto the topics that we have. Listen, I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, okay? I already have a year's worth of topics, okay, for Lifin with Lex. All right, I'm not playing around, because there's so many different topics that I can discuss with you all, you know, and we're gonna jump into it, okay? And like I said, it's gonna be on pretty much every topic you can think of: the toxicity, the healthiness in all areas, mental health, relationships with friends, partners, family, doing business with other people, starting businesses, building friendships, knowing what to spot, red flags, and so much more, y'all. So like I said, I wanted this to be the introductory episode, saying as though this is the first episode, but I really just wanted to dig deep. And what we are going to do, we are going to have one video that drops on YouTube, and then we are going to do one live in that month. So this video is going to drop, but then we are going to go live and in color on YouTube once a month. So it's going to be 2 videos a month, okay? And yes, this is just like, I love the vibes, you know, got to have the music, all right? And yes, so you know, this is really just like our tea time, as you would, okay? And there will also be Q&A as well. So when we go live, there will be Q&A. For those of you who would like to ask any questions, you can email intelexxapc@gmail.com. Send those questions in, and there will be a segment for Q&A at the end of the episode, where the questions that get sent in will be answered. And if we are live during the month, you can directly ask your question during the live, and we will do it that way as well. But I am excited, y'all. This is something new. I come up with so many different ideas all the time, and I get ready to move out like that, okay? Like that. So I am excited. I was able to put some things together and really, put the word out there, and the love that I received and the support that I received was so heartening and so amazing. And I thank you all for believing in me and for supporting me on another idea that I have. They say wealthy people aren't wealthy because they have a lot of money. They're wealthy because they have a lot of ideas, right? So one thing that I would like to start doing after every episode is a mic drop, right? And it's really just a gem to leave with the people, to you all, to the tribe, to the community, right? Just to leave with you, so that you can have something to think about, so that you can delve into who you are just a little bit, something to just have on your mind, so the next time that we talk, we can bring it back up, right? So, mic drop. Have you spent some time with yourself? And I don't just mean like 5, 10, 15 minutes, like really took time to learn yourself. You know how you getting to know somebody, you might have a spouse or a partner, and you take time, right? You get to know their likes, their dislikes, what turns them off, what turns them on, what intrigues them, what feeds their mind, what feeds their soul. Do you do that for yourself, right? And if you don't, why don't you? Why don't you spend that time with yourself? Why don't you get to know who you are before you decide you want to get to know someone else? Because you can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't give somebody what you don't have yourself, right? So a lot of times some people look for all of these outside sources to fill within without going within first and pouring from the abundance. But if you don't feed something, it's not going to grow. So when's the last time you took yourself out on a date? The last time you just shut everything off and was like, you know what? I'm going to spend time with me right now for the next hour, uninterrupted. Let me get to know me today. Someone else should not know you more than you know you. Someone should not be pointing out what you do or don't do that you don't know yourself. It should not surprise you when other people bring certain things. So you should be like, oh yeah, I know. Oh, I do that. My toxic trait is this. My best trait is that. I like to do this. I tend to think like that. And you know what I mean? Nothing should surprise you. You should know yourself inside and out. And of course, there's so many things about ourselves that we learn over the years and over time, and things of that nature. I'm not talking about that. You grow as you go, but when was the last time you really learned about you and who you are? All right. And I want you to think about that. Really think about that. Make sure to send in y'all questions for our Q&A at the end. Make sure that you tune in. Share this with someone who you think will be interested in tuning in, or will be a great guest for coming on and sharing whatever topic that might be on their heart. Because I want this to be interactive. I don't just want y'all to sit and listen to me. I only make up a small portion of the world, right? I want to hear other people's opinions. I want to hear how life is lifing with them, and see how we come together and how we can formulate a plan so that we can life this life together and not have life us. You feel me? I hope that makes sense to y'all. If not, I'll explain it on the next episode. But I do thank you and I appreciate you all for tuning in to this first episode, Lifin with Lex, the video blog and podcast. All right, check us out. Shout out to the intellectuals, right? Because my artist name is Intelexx. So, got to rep that. And all the intellectuals in here, shout out to y'all. But yes, life be lifing. What is this all about? Was this episode? And I thank you so much for taking the time out just for a little bit. And of course, listen, the ones where we are going to have guests will be a little bit longer. When it's just me, it will more than likely be between 20 minutes to 40 minutes, depending on the topic, because if we can talk, we're going to talk, okay? But since this was the introduction, we're going to keep it short and sweet, okay? But yes, life, am I right? What is this all about? That's this episode, and I thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Alexia, and I have a lot of things going on, but don't worry. We're going to get into who I am and what I do and how I do it and how I got there on the next episode. So make sure you tune in, okay? And if you want to follow me on the socials, my Instagram is Intelexx. That's INTELEXX. And that's the name I created for myself when I was a teenager. And it's simply a play on words. It means Lex with intelligence. All right. So, but like I said, we'll get into a little bit more about me on the next episode. But I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your attention and your energy. And we are going to end it. We had our mic drop. Don't forget to send y'all questions in on intellexapc@gmail.com. Questions and topics, all right? Because we are going to get this thing jumping. The first episode drops on the 20th. So make sure that you tune in on YouTube and make sure that you tune in on Anchor and Spotify and Apple and all the other platforms that do the audio for the podcast. All right. And until next time, love yourself, be true to yourself, and when life starts lifing, life back. Until next time, this was Lifin with Lex. That's a wrap. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Okay, so keep it real. What did you think? And be honest, y'all, because I really want to know what y'all think. Honest feedback definitely matters, okay? Share your thoughts about it on the Q&A that's attached to the episode on Anchor or Spotify or Apple or all the amazing platforms. If you're on YouTube, make sure to drop a comment. If you want to share a little bit more, but you don't want to do it on those platforms, make sure to email us so that we can share your thoughts on the show. I want you to remember to love yourself.
I meditate all the time. Learn my lesson, turn my blessings into one of a kind. I'm gonna stand up face to face, ain't anything in my way. Mama told me never let my feelings get in the way. I'm waking up like how the hell can I get better today? I gave myself that confirmation, boy, you already great.
Be true to yourself.
I begin to
And when life starts lifing, life back. But don't forget to life relax. Until next time.